Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's the start of another week, Monday, February 19th. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pdcphuket.com. A landfill fire near the incinerator at Phuket City Municipality over the weekend has prompted officials to call on local residents there to separate their trash and remove flammable liquids from their garbage to prevent a similar incident in the future.
The blaze broke out at about 1 a.m. on Saturday, with a security guard later telling officials that he heard an explosion and confirmed that the Pond 4 section of the landfill was ablaze. The Pond 4 is the largest of the 5 landfill areas at the Sapan Hin landfill dump near the incinerator. The entire landfill contains some 400,000 tons of waste, according to Phuket Town Deputy Mayor Supachok Laongpet. Firefighters were called in to the edge of Phuket Town in Sapan Hin, with those from Phuket City Municipality and other local administration organizations, as well as the PPAO, taking part, as the fire had quickly spread due to the strong winds. While firefighters were able to bring the blaze under control, photos were taken well into the morning showing parts of the landfill still smoldering and firefighters remaining on site to ensure that the fire did not start up again. Phuket Governor Sopon Suwanarat later arrived at the scene and he urged local residents to separate their trash before disposing it. He stated, quote, "I would like to ask Phuket residents and tourists to help by separating garbage before throwing it away, including wet garbage that can be used to make compost. And most importantly, please separate hazardous waste, such as spray bottles, perfume bottles, and any gas canisters that are still not completely empty. Because if these bottles are thrown in together with regular trash, when heated, they can explode and cause fires." It was later confirmed that Phuket City Municipality is constructing another incinerator, which is set to take about 18 months. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Taxi drivers near a popular beach club on Bang Tao Beach have had yet another police complaint filed against them, this time for stopping and threatening a fully legal Grab taxi driver for waiting to pick up passengers in front of the club.
42-year-old Jakri Tumi, a fully legal Grab taxi driver who uses mobile apps, he filed a complaint with Chengtalay police in which he stated that he dropped off passengers at about 2:30 a.m. on Saturday on Bang Tao Beach, and he was hired again while he was there through the mobile app Grab while in front of the club, where he waited for a new group of passengers. While waiting in his vehicle, a tuk-tuk arrived and blocked his exit, and a group of 4 men approached him. One of them knocked on his window and threatened him. Afraid for his safety, he called 191 to report the incident, but by the time police arrived, the group fled. His vehicle is a fully legal taxi bearing green license plates, as well as the stickers mandated by the Phuket Land Transport Office. However, the PLTO has never clarified whether or not legally registered green plate taxis using taxi apps to provide services are supposed to carry both sets of stickers to identify the car as a legally registered taxi app vehicle. So far, local transport officials have considered such taxi vehicles as mutually exclusive. Police say they are now investigating. Saturday's incident follows taxi queue drivers near Bang Tao Beach beating a fully legal Grab taxi driver in December, in which that taxi driver suffered a punctured lung. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. 2 van drivers got into a scrap in the middle of the exitway at Ratsada Pier in Phuket Town, a clip of which was widely shared on social media over the weekend. The video clip showed the fight breaking out, with punches exchanged, and one of the drivers kicked while he was still on the ground before other drivers moved in to separate the two. Police have yet to report their investigation into the fight. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And bring the pleasure, see the pressure just before you break a bone.
After more than 15 years of absence, convicted former Prime Minister Taxen Shinan officially returned to his official residence in Bangkok's Bangpal district after he was released on Sunday on parole, though he never spent one night in prison for his corruption and malfeasance convictions.
The 74-year-old was discharged from the Police General Hospital early Sunday morning, according to the Bangkok Post, where he had been for 6 months since his return to the country. Back on the morning of August 22, 2023, Just hours before the vote to confirm Sreta Taxin as Prime Minister from his Pheu Thai party, Thaksin landed in Bangkok and was immediately brought to the Supreme Court, where he was sentenced to 8 years in prison for 3 malfeasance, abuse of power, and corruption cases from over 15 years ago. He was taken to Bangkok Remand Prison, but late that same night, he was taken to Police General Hospital with officials saying he was ill. His sentence was later reduced from 8 years to 1 year, and last week he was granted parole for having served 6 months of his sentence in the hospital. When Thaksin's van arrived at his home in Chansong La, hundreds of reporters and well-wishers were on hand to take photos and more. On Monday, Thaksin met with prosecutors to discuss allegations he insulted the monarchy during a 2015 interview with a South Korean broadcaster. Wearing a neck brace and in a wheelchair, Thaksin appealed to the Office of the Attorney General for more time. The OAG decided today to put the case on hold until April 10. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
None of the 250 members of the Senate are elected. They were appointed by the previous military government. But on May 11, their 5-year term will come to an end, and the country is now preparing to elect 200 new senators in accordance with the 2017 constitution.
Thailand's current constitution was adopted in 2017, while the country was under a military junta following the coup 3 years earlier, and it created an appointed Senate that would co-elect a prime minister along with members of the House of Representatives, the elected body. But this mechanism of allowing them to co-elect a prime minister with the House was only ever for the first 5 years under the current constitution, because on May 11, the 5-year term of the junta-appointed senators will expire, and they will be replaced with a new 200-member elected Senate. The regulations regarding the elections were published in the Royal Gazette on Thursday. The 200-member Senate will be selected from 20 different professional groups, with 10 selected from each group. These groups are now on your screen, courtesy of this graphic from the Bangkok Post. Each group will also have a reserve list of 5 candidates. Elections will be held across the country at the district, provincial, and national levels, according to reports, and the election dates will be announced in the coming weeks. However, this new 200-member Senate will not have the power to co-elect a prime minister along with MPs. For more, visit the link in the description.
We really appreciate you joining us here today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.